everything's getting a little bit scary.
9 days.
Reference only to some that will understand. That made no sense. We're leaving in 9 days. So normally when I leave a country I do a how expensive is, but I've already done one of those on Thailand. I thought, as we've been living in Chiang Mai for almost 4 months now, I would run down the cost of living in this wonderful digital nomad-y city. So let's start with accommodation. It's going to be your biggest expense by far. So if you plan on coming over and living in Chiang Mai, then chances are you're going to get an apartment on a month-to-month basis, maybe a 3-month lease. Now I did do a video all about apartment hunting where I literally take you out as we apartment hunted and show you about 9 different listings. So for more information on it, I will link the video up for you to check out. If you're a solo person or even a couple and you are okay with a studio apartment, you can really get one here for about 5,000 baht, which is just over £100 a month. However, you will find that at that kind of price, they are very run down, they're very old fashioned, they're not maintained, the beds are super hard, and it's basically a room with a bed. Now, as we are a couple and we both work, I really wanted, and so did Scar, a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, there are plenty of options as I show in the video, and they're ranging from around 13,000 to 16,000. You obviously can go up to 20, 25, 30,000 a month if you really want to splurge in a super luxurious place. We're living here in luxury Hoi Kao, and it is 15,000 a month, which is just over £300. And that includes internet and water. I will also link you up to the video which gives you a tour of this place. It's crazy, seriously, how many of my subscribers have actually come here to live here. It's nuts how many we've seen. So 12,000 upwards for a 1-bedroom and around 5,000 upwards for a studio. Now if you want to stay here long term, I don't know how you get around with a visa and things like that, but for the same price we're paying, if you went outside of Chiang Mai on a 12-month lease, you can get an entire house from what we've heard. So that's another option for you. I can't really take you through that as we've never done that, but it is another option if you wanted a proper place to stay. Electricity, the government standard for electricity is 5 baht per unit. We are paying 8 here. A lot of places will charge either 5, 7 or 8 baht per unit. The only reason we took it, even with the 8 baht, is because we're getting water and internet included. Our bills normally come in at around 1,200 to 1,500 baht a month, which is up to about £30 a month for our bills. Okay, let's talk about food and drink. Pretty much no one who comes to Thailand cooks at home often. I mean, you can get a rice cooker or a blender and stuff or whatever you want. Everyone eats out because it's cheaper to eat out than cooking in for yourself unless you're just gonna live off rice. When it comes to finding an apartment with a kitchen, some apartments will come with a kitchenette, which is like your fridge, your microwave, a kettle, and maybe a 1-ring or 2-ring burn top, electric stove top. That's it. To get a full kitchen, you're gonna be paying a lot more, and they're so hard to find. Eating out will vary depending on what you want and where you go and get it. For example, we go down to the markets outside of Maya, and by the way, I will be doing my top 10 cheap eats video, hopefully this week, and all my favourite cheap eats around Chiang Mai, so look out for that one. Yeah, so you can go to the market and get a massive tray of pad thai for about 45 baht, which is £1, and it fills you so much. Or you can go to a really western place and spend 250 baht on a meal, which is £5 less-ish. Don't know what the exchange rate is at the moment. It's around 5-ish, 6-ish pounds. So on average, depending on where we're going, we can go out for a meal and spend between 100 baht and 150 baht per person on a dinner, which is like 2, 3 or 4 pounds. Or we can go to a market or a food court and literally spend like 45 to 70 baht on, you know, we're talking spring rolls, curry, veg, rice, the works. It is not expensive to eat out here, and that's the kind of prices you'll be expecting to pay. Coffee is a big thing in Chiang Mai, and it will vary depending on what cafe you go to. An Americano will set you back between 35 baht and 90 baht, depending again on where you're going. If you're going to a big chain like Starbucks, expect to pay way more for lesser quality. There's plenty of little cafes around here that do like 35, 40, even 50 baht, really nice espresso coffees. Let's go on to beer and alcohol of all sorts. We're taking the example of Leo. It's a lager over here. You can get a big, like almost like 1 litre bottle, and they will differ in Chiang Mai, anywhere between 70 baht and maybe 110 baht, depending on the bar. If you are a wine lover, which I can appreciate, then expect some pretty bad wine in Chiang Mai, and normally a glass of wine, and if you get red they will chill it. It'll be around 100 baht a glass. Now water, as you cannot drink the tap water here, if you're going to be staying here, then this is my advice for you. Go to like Tops, the supermarket, and I'll talk about supermarkets in a moment, and get the massive 6-litre bottles, and they cost around 35 baht for 6 litres of water. Get a couple, and when they run out, there are reverse osmosis machines where you can go and just pay 1 baht per litre to refill your bottles. Any bottles, big or small. So let's go on to supermarkets slash shopping. You are going to buy things in. So there are 2 big supermarkets that we see a lot. Rimping, which is on the lower level of Maya Mall, and Tops. Rimping is really expensive. Avoid shopping there. We go to Tops, and I know there'll be more supermarkets, and I did do a video about prices in supermarkets where I take you around Tops, and I will link that. Again, there's a ton of links down below. But to buy like bags of coffee, it's like a bag of instant coffee is like 40-50 baht for a big bag of coffee. Sugar, like proper cane sugar, is like 35 baht for a kilo of cane sugar. When you get here, you're going to want to get some furnishings and things like that. So like mugs, bowls, plates, just so when you do want some noodles or a quick meal in. You went around the old town, and there, if you go down the back end soys, you'll find like little hardware stores to buy like yourself a bin or a broom and things like that. But for things like knife, fork, spoon, bowls, etc., there's a place called Daiso, and it's a Japanese mart, and they're in a lot of locations, and the one in Chiang Mai, there might be more, but the one we go to is in Maya Mall, and I think it's on the 3rd floor. Almost everything is 60 baht. You can do it. Just go there, buy your bowls, and buy everything. Obviously, if you want clothing, then markets are your best bet, and go and have a haggle. I would recommend the Sunday night market, and I go there regularly. I went there last night because it's like the last time we'll ever go until we come back. And I will link up a haul I did for the Sunday night markets. It was a lot of fun. Transportation. Okay, Chiang Mai's pretty small, and you can walk around it. Here are your options though, because the heat, it's a killer. You can get yourself a bike, either push or motor. Not too sure of the prices of those, so you'll have to check when you get here. If you want to use public transport, then getting a songtao is your cheapest option. Tuk-tuks, common misconception that they are the cheapest option. No! Tuk-tuks are a rip-off. They're a lot of fun though, so please make sure you do the tuk-tuk experience. Sometimes it's so much cheaper. For example, getting anywhere around Chiang Mai in general is going to cost you 20 baht. That's it, to get around the city. If you're going to be going out, like 30 minutes or something out, and you arrange with your driver to do that, you're going to be paying more, have a haggle. In general, getting from the Niman area into the other side of the old town, 20 baht, no more. The same journey, a tuk-tuk will try and charge you like 100, 150 baht, and they won't back down. Now I'll quickly talk about area to live in. If you are coming over as a digital nomad, then the Niman area where I am is pretty much the place everyone comes to go. Everyone comes to go. The old town is great, but very, very touristy. I find you get stopped more, and after living here, you don't get hassled. And we jump into the old town to go, there's so many good restaurants in the old town. Oh my god. You're gonna wait for that video. Old town's a lot of fun, but the Niman area is definitely where it's at for digital nomads. All in all, we have done some calculations, and without holding back, without saying, no, I shouldn't have a dessert, no, I shouldn't get that massage, we end up spending around £600 each per month. And that's living really well. That's not even scrimping, because you can do it for cheaper if you want to, but £600 each for this apartment, for a massage whenever we want it. And by the way, should be a story time, I had the worst massage the other day. Thumbs up for first world problems. Now, if you've stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much, and I'm just going to take a little bit more of your time. Scott has been working on a secret project for the past 2 weeks. If you're subscribed to him, which you should be, he has announced it already last night. He has been working so hard on a brand new travel forum called Backpack Yak. Basically, we're getting a site together where you can come and ask questions, get advice, get inspiration, talk to other travelers in a proper hub, and this is where we need you. I will be starting a thread over there on this topic, so feel free to comment down below, leave your love down below as you always do. Let us know what you think about Backpack Yak, but head on over, check it out. He's worked so hard on it. I'm so excited about it. But we need you, so I'm going to link it down below. Go over to the thread, contribute a little, maybe get an account, you can have your own photo on there, get chatting with other travellers, and let's get Backpack Yak off the ground. Go say hi to Yosef as well. very important that he gets some love too. He's working really hard with that backpack. You know what I mean when you go over there. Alright, I am going to shut up and I will see you in a couple of days. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all our PsychoTraveller links are down there. 9 days. 9 days!